are here in the week of the Teachers' Day, I like to start my opening remark remembering my teachers. Maxim Gorky, the leading literature and the leader of Russian, he considered many of his guru as a university. He gave the people who taught him from a small peon to maybe a merchant, consider them as a university. I start my day, I start my discussion with the remembering them and thanking them who taught me a lot of them. One such gentleman, Mr. Raghupati is here. We learn from him during our UBCT interaction. I will discuss this in a later part. I also like to thank Max Media, Avnish and the team for capturing me more than twice in a magazine and now in the seminar. I have a confession to make. They misunderstood me as an expert on structural steel. I am not. I am a user. I am a person who was lucky to have exposure to structural steel in my journey. I might have done many projects, few of structural steel building came across. I like to share my user experience today. Gentlemen, I am here to talk as a user, what I had learned, what I have understood from my structural steel journey here. Early 90s or 2000s, we were not talking about the structural steel building. RCC was the preferred mode of a construction. Exponential growth of a real estate sector make a planner to think otherwise. They start looking the alternate way of construction, Maiwan. Then the structural steel caught their fancy. In my discussion with the project, I am starting with a project with a minimum exposure to project with a maximum exposure. Let's understand where are we in terms of the real estate or in terms of construction industry. As per the World Bank, Indian GDP is roughly $2 trillion. Our GDP is 8 to 9% is a construction. Roughly $150 billion construction industry, out of which structural steel is covering around $166 million, less than a percent. I look at other ways. When I speak to my fellow friends in the structural steel, I always say, look, if Europe or UK has a more than 60% of structural steel, then you have opportunity to grow from 0.1 or 0.5% to the 60%. It's a huge opportunity. We will talk about it later. Some of the other facts I like to share, the USA, Japan do the more than 500 kg per capita structural steel consumption compared to India 30 kg consumptions. There are many reasons. It's still infancy stage of structural steel in India. I like to share some of the thought what a user think when he take a project and think about material or structural framing on the line. India and Asia, India, China are one of the fastest growing economy in the world. In this, the kind of structural steel uses are minimum, and today the other competitive materials are catching up. I have listed couple of points which I thought correct. I know there are a lot of structural steel experts are there. They may have a much better view than me. But the point is what I am thinking as a user. When I take a call on a structural steel, RCC or any building, what are the thought process coming? We have utilized or used the structural steel for a specific purpose or where the specific requirements were there. One of the recent projects which we are doing fully composite, our thought was to take up as a speed, a faster construction. Some of the place we had used structural steel as a larger span or a flexibility of material. Another thing which our owners were very impressed with the structural steel were the off-site fabrication. You got 100% ready material at site. You don't have to do any quality check or any, change, modification, depend on the later test on the line. Some of the other thoughts were when you were doing a structural designer has presented us the idea of that will be lighter structure, so my foundation and everything will be smaller. One of the things which was inspiring me more on a structural steel was the predictability. When you do structural steel, you can predict quite accurately compared to other materials, something like RCC. In RCC, the variations are quite high compared to structural steel because of the detailed designing on the line. Sustainability is, of course, another object we think about it. What are the other value addition which I think in a structural steel? Look, primary reason for a structural steel building in real estate is speed. That's a primary reason we always think about it and take a call on that line. Second area is, which is actually not much thought about, is the reduced carpet area. I was told in early 30s, when they were building the Empire State Building, they have to use the stainless steel columns. The reason, if they would have used the RCC, entire floor would have gone in RCC. There was no place left for people to move. Later, stainless steel has become the structural steel. So for a high-rise building, this is one of the big advantage we really don't talk about it in line. Other issues I had given example of it. One more is the floor to ceiling height. One of our project, Trade Tower, we plan in advance, and in the beams we had given the slotted space for all those services. So actually I'm getting much better height compared to the normal height. I'm able to utilize full floor to ceiling ratio on the line of it. Composite structure is way forward, maybe many reasons due to thermal regulation and thermal requirement. After earlier incident, a lot of people are demanding more and more and stringent the thermal requirement, and that increase the cost and the time for a structure. But we have challenges. We have challenges. We don't talk about it, but there is a challenge for this industry. One of the biggest challenges is still the cost is a concern. When I make a commercial building or a hotel or something, I have to spend some $400 per square feet extra, which is a considerable cost. If I consider Bombay, where 80% cost come from the land and only 20% cost is from the construction, this is a very small portion and they can accommodate. But when we talk about Bangalore, Chennai and another city, my cost of construction is more than 60% and it is a significant line. My thinking is the people in the industry should think how to bring down the cost. I'll give a couple of examples later. The other industry have done it. We have to learn from them. Second thing is, I said tradition. Whenever we all go and try to make our house, we first think of either brick or the RCC. We don't think of steel. Even the people who are in the steel industry don't think about it. This is the tradition. That's how the house is built. That is one of the major dampener. This is the mindset the industry has to think how to change. Some of the things which I came across was a limited market. Limited market distribution or what? Today, sorry to my couple of friends sitting here, structural industry has two type of contractors or operator, either 5-star BMW or Maruti 800. There is nothing in between. Either I have a Ever Hyundai, JSWs and all, or I have a roadside Mulilal. I don't have anything in between. I don't have option to choose. Either I have to go with the highest or I have to go with the lowest bid. Second, if I run short of few bolts, I have to wait for 30 days. During one of our project of Inorbit Mall, we were purchasing steel from JSW, and I tell you, for purchasing steel, the JSW people used to tell, you can purchase gold off shelf, you pay the money and get the gold, but not steel. You have to pay in money advance, 1 month you wait and then get it. That was a high of our construction period. Second is the distribution network. I am telling these are the challenges which this is the possible to overcome. Today you go to UK, you can walk and get all those bolts in the steel section available on the line. Skill manpower, change management was some of the other challenge which I thought this is the result of the less market. If there is a RCC, everything is available all off the shelf. So these are the area if we can work around, it will help the industry. Look, when an owner thinks, he's thinking in all those areas on the line. Another important point is the competition from other industry. Structural steel, when we started Trade Tower, we wanted a 9-day slab cycle. Today, Maiwan is giving me 7 days. Our Aluform is giving me 7 days. I don't have a reason to go to steel. We have to become more efficient on the line of it. Couple of points, what are the trends? This is my thought process on what a client think before making the decision, which way he has to go on the line. This is for your reading. I was lucky or fortunate enough to make a change in the Bangalore skyline. One of first project, UB City, has become the landmark for Bangalore. Next two projects, the Kingfisher Tower and Trade Tower, I am sure will change the skylight of Bangalore. We are doing a lot of experiment with the lighting and all. I am sure you will see in coming times some of the wonderful change which we see internationally on the line. During UB City, we had one challenge to make the pinnacle for a UB tower. And after all discussion with the designer, we thought that we will go with the structural steel. And as we didn't know structural steel, we thought very simple, we'll fabricate everything off the ground, take one big crane and lift it everything on the top. And that was proving the logistic challenge because of the space available for crane and that weight lifting and all those lines, and it was, we are all moving around. That day we didn't have any senior contractor available here. We had all smaller contractor or my friends L&T. We were lucky to get one fabulous presentation by Mr. Raghupati from on the Petronas Tower, and in which they had done some of the incremental launching in all line. And that was an inspirational mode. He can send me the bill for the maybe royalty, I don't know. But that was inspiration for us, and we have actually changed the, our erection and method of construction. If you see, these are the couple of photos which will give you idea that how we have done it. Here in the top slab, we left the whole opening and we slotted everything and we built one by one everything. Even we didn't require crane other than the lifting the material. So this was something which was possible in steel, and that taught us our idea. Look, this is something which we can look upon. After that, we did lot of building. I'm not taking it, I'm taking some of the specific case. This was not a big steel requirement, but it was almost 80 ton at the almost 100-meter height. That was one of the first experiment of us doing something in a steel which was, significant for us on the line of it. We did the other towers also later part of it, and it worked quite well on the line. These are some of photos. I think some arrangement is required. I am taking second project, which is the Kingfisher Tower. Some of you might heard. It is next to UB City and it's a high-end residential apartment. Kingfisher Tower is a RCC building with a significant component of structural steel, more than 2,000 ton. We are working with L&T, and Eversh Hyundai is a part of the structural steel fabrication and erection. We came across two challenges. A, the huge transfer girder. At a 5th floor, we have a huge transfer girder. I'll show you a couple of photos. It's a more than 4.5 meter transfer girder on the line. It was a challenge. Second is a cantilever of 23 meter at 107 meter height. 23, almost 100 feet cantilever at a more than 100 meter height. I tell you, we discussed with a designer. We had taken the help of one of the international consultants, Tom Shetty, and they suggested us to discuss with the people like Eversh Hyundai, JSSL. I discussed with them, and with their discussion, I realized that this is possible only in steel. Initially, we were thinking to do something in the pre-stress, girders and all those things. But as more and more we discussed with them, we realized this is the only way. This is the only way to do on the line. This is a couple of photos which will give you the idea what we are talking about it. My presentation here will give you some of the idea how we tackle those girders. Those were huge girders. When we talk about transfer girder, that transfer girder, initially after thinking all options, we finally zeroed out to steel. I'll show you a couple of photos which will give you idea how we actually did it and gone on the line. Size of girder will amaze you. This is some more illustration on the line. This was the 5th floor in which the transfer girder was coming. First 4th floor was MLCP on the line of it. This is the size of girder, one of the girder, roughly 3 meter. The deepest girder which we had used was more than 4.5 meter. Now, our challenge was to use a material which is more and more stronger, who can transfer the load of 30 floor. If I had gone with RCC or any other material, I would have lost another 4-5 meter in the space, plus doing that amount of concreting with the shuttering staging at 5th floor was impossible. This is the size of girders in the line. Sorry. This is the size of one of the girder, 31, 40 ton. And I tell you, this is not the biggest girder. Biggest girder was something else, which you are not able to get those photos and picture that erection we have done. What I am trying to tell you, versatility of steel in this case, I didn't have actually option, and I was very happy end of the day that I had used the steel on the line. Couple of more photo for we had outside crane for a 500 ton capacity to lift. Again, the next challenge, I say, gentlemen, is the cantilever slab. My architect wanted a huge 1 acre garden at the top of a building, and we had a challenge. I tell you, steel was the only material which we could have used to erect it or done this job. So till we discussed with the, as I said, the name of two senior operator in this field, I discussed with their designer in depth, and then I realized that yes, it is possible, and then we took a challenge of it. Here I am just showing the erection scheme which my friend Evershade is going to operate and use it successfully on the line. These challenges, this will be the part of our ongoing project. We are about to start that fabrication in any erection. Some of the photos, some of the illustration is here to show you what we are really talking about it. This is our building. This is Katsi, my friend in the structural steel industry. We are making some temporary platforms, braces, I tell you that height, there is a lot of wind and almost impossible to stand up. Now this is the challenging part. The front 40 meter wide girder, 100 ton, we are not able to do anything. We have to lift in one piece. The cranes which are having the capacity are not enough to do it. Then my friends here have come up with some of the wonderful suggestion and all those things, stand jacking, which we have not seen it. We have just heard from them, and I believe they have done one successful operation in the Calcutta. So they suggested that, and we are adopted that, and we are going with this scheme. This may be one of the first for us, maybe first for a Bangalore, and maybe a technical brilliance on the line. We had one video also supported by them. If time permit, we will go through it. So this is the 100 ton girder erection on the top of a building, and that will take us further to it. Sorry. Then I will talk about a building. After these two experiments, we decided to go one building which is a full steel. In our terms, it was a full steel building. In structural terms, it's a composite structure. Trade tower, center of city, CBD, 111 meter height, 23 floors, part retail, part the office space for us. I like to remind you, Prestige is doing 65 million square feet today, and this is 0.5 million square feet, 500,000 square feet of building. This is our first experiment. We are working on the line. Building is under construction. These are the images, which are the little change we have made, elevational change. And this is the status of a building. We finished one of the reason for taking a chance on a structural steel building was our one of the very successful experiment with the then JSSL for a building, and their professional approach, very good quality control, very precise working, made us think to go about the structural steel building, and this was our one of the first experiment with the structural steel building. Our primary reason for selecting steel was the speed, and the second was, of course, the one of the best quality control and safer construction on the line. This building is due to complete this year as a structure, and maybe next June for an overall commercial operation. We're thinking about it. Technically, one of the best experience as far as for us, and this building will decide our way forward for taking more and more structural building on the line. This building made us learn a lot about structural steel. Our earlier experiment was more for doing the specific requirement, the girders, the cantilevers and all. This building was one of the first example. You can see the CBD area. It's impossible to do it. We were thinking that it's very easy to do structural steel building in city area because we can, we don't need to have a go for with the hustles of concrete and all. But it was a reverse. Getting a structural steel truck inside the CBD is impossible. The day the police don't permit, night neighbor don't allow you to unload. So you are between caught in the both of it. So you have to somehow manage the line. Couple of photos for this line of the construction. We learn one of the most important part of structural steel construction in this building was when you decide a structural steel contractor, you have to get the civil contractor who match the speed. This is like in a car you put one tire of a BMW and second a tractor tire. It doesn't work. We did a mistake by taking the two different wheel and try to run on the line. Civil never gave the opportunity for structural steel to go with that speed. We never, it was a core construction was supposed to be ahead of steel, and which was never. Steel was always following. So we lost the advantage of speed which we were actually thinking about it on the line. Second thing was this coordination and understanding take a lot of time. I tell you one more experience on this building was our designers. We learn after all those interactions. I'm sorry to say with my fellow designers, Indian designer still think more as a RCC. Like, we talk English, we think in our native language and convert. Something like they do, they think in RCC and convert on a structural steel, and it's a Herculean task for to make that happen on the line. So this was our experiment, and after this, we may think to take it forward on the next line of our discussion. Again, these are the user's experience. I'm not expert on structural steel. My fellow speaker will tell you more about it. The next and one last small experiment which we did in the Hyderabad in Orbit Mall. Hyderabad in Orbit Mall was done during peak of construction activity, and we were very worried about the shortage of carpenters and those lines. We decided to go all beams by structural steel, everything by structural steel except the slab. And that was one of the most successful experiment. Only thing was there was challenges in terms of quality control of a smaller contractor and getting the steel from the JSW. But we were able to maintain better speed. This building part was RCC and part was steel, and steel was always ahead of RCC parts. And I tell you, it's a big floor plate, 1 lakh square feet floor plate. We were able to do in a phenomenal time. Right. Gentlemen, these are my experiences with the structural steel. I like to tell you a small example of India in early pre-independence day. India was not tea drinking nation. they used to distribute tea free of cost at the street, so people, start drinking the teas and all those lines. If you think the changes in mobile industry, 10 years back you were using a small Nokia phone with analog, and today you are almost using the computer as powerful as it went with the Apollo 13. Point which I am trying to make is, steel industry, you are a less than 0.1%. You have a greatest opportunity. You have to offer the value addition to your client. You have to change, you have to radically change, improve yourself. Come and see, you have opportunity. If you don't capture the market, somebody else will capture the market. Think of other industry. Think of automobile. Automobile industry has offered the great values to us. Some years back, we were driving only one kind of car. Today, hundreds of cars are there. And every year, they upgrade the cars on that line. One of my friends asked me, who's from IT, he said, why don't you make the building in 2 months? Why you take 5 years to make building? Why you take building 3 years to take? My thinking is, civil engineering is one of the oldest profession, and still, you're not able to upgrade or motivate or bring it to the level of expectation of a customer. When you want to go buy a house, you want to purchase a house which is ready, which is not possible. I had not discussed residential sector because I don't remember any residential building. I was told in UK or US, the maximum residential buildings are structural steel. So, my friend, there is opportunity. There is a greatest opportunity for all of us. I was lucky to do some structural steel work in earlier part of my career in Indonesia, more than 3,000 ton in steel factory. So, I was aware what structural steel is. So, my suggestion is think. The people here has to go back and give the message to the companies. Look, there is opportunity. I given you the number, I am again giving the number, $166 million is structural steel company, industry as a whole. And $127 billion is a civil or construction industry in India. You see the numbers, that will make you think what is the difference in the line. With this, I close my case. Thank you very much.